I'm Norbert Schindler, founder of GNSS Consulting. In this video, I'd like to discuss the topic of data privacy and data security when it comes to satellite-based tolling systems, since this is a topic which is often debated, especially when it comes to tracing passenger vehicles driving on roads and determining the distance traveled so that they can be charged either in a tolled road or in a very general road user charging scheme. We currently have 8 satellite-based systems nationwide in Europe, where only the commercial vehicles above 3.5 tons are charged. And there's another 5 countries which are currently planning to introduce such schemes. They're procuring them right now. And the subject of data privacy for these trucks has never been hotly debated. But now when we come to passenger cars, there may be some public resistance to that idea of sending your positioning data to some agency, either directly to a government agency or indirectly through a private service provider. Is there reason for concern? Well, if you look at the current tolling systems, let's say you have a toll plaza, or you might have a multi-lane free flow gantry. You just pass the gantry and you make a toll transaction electronically. You're also being tracked and traced at those specific points, right? So there hasn't been an outcry about any agency knowing when you pass the toll plaza or a tolling point. And the same goes for a satellite-based solution. We measure the tolling points on a road, and we don't necessarily track and trace all of your movements. Depends how you go about it technically. So if you look at the German solution that was launched in 2005, that was a thick client tolling approach, which means the map information was always directly located on the onboard units. So the onboard unit would know when the vehicle passed a virtual tolling point, since it had that map information on the unit. That position was stored, and that data was then sent through the cellular network that the transaction was processed. No detailed information is otherwise transmitted. That's a thick client solution. If you look at a thin client solution, of course, you basically record every position, let's say every second. You store that data and send data packages, let's say every minute, every hour, and maybe even once a day, where all your position information is stored, encrypted, transmitted with a digital signature, and then received at a tolling back office, a proxy, where that data is unpacked. And at that point, in the back office, where the map matching takes place, you can determine if a vehicle has passed the tolling point or not. Once you've done that calculation, you have those data points that you need for calculating the toll, and that raw data is thrown away. No one is authorized to save that data, especially in Europe, where we have very strict regulations, the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. So if anyone tried to access that data and use it to determine your position outside of determining your tolling fee, that would be severely prosecuted. So is there reason for concern? No, as long as the rules and regulations are kept, as long as the right technologies are deployed, there's actually nothing to worry about. And for those who are concerned, we can also ask, do you have a smartphone? do you activate your geopositioning on your smartphone to use, let's say, Google Maps, for example, or some navigation program like Waze or Here? Because most likely you do share that information on a voluntary basis. And even if you were to deactivate that position information, your telecom provider knows actually which cell you're located in. It's not so precise, but pretty much precise enough to know where you are when you are moving. And if there's a need to track down, let's say, a terrorist, the court can issue the permit for the police or other public authorities to get that information from the service provider and track down someone who is breaking the law, which is a very rare occurrence and which has actually never been done in any tolling system until now, to my knowledge. So, standing out at about 2,000 meters in the Karwendelgebirge, that's the Karwendel Mountains of Tyrol,